Hey y'all, it's John Trent from Bounding into Comics, and I've got an exclusive concerning the CW's upcoming Superman and Lois series starring Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch, and just who the main villain of the pilot episode is. But before we get into it, I'd like to ask if you could please hit the subscribe button. We just hit over 6,000 subscribers last week and are already on our way to 7,000. I'm really excited about the growth we're seeing on the YouTube channel, and we're aiming to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of March. So if you could please hit that subscribe button, very much appreciate it. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for doing so. So let's get into this. The villain won't be revealed until the very end of the episode. As Primetimer initially reported, the character is described as the Stranger until his reveal, and he plays the main antagonist in the pilot episode and presumably moving forward in the first season. In a previous video, I revealed that Morgan Edge would also be playing an antagonistic role throughout Superman and Lois, the first season, and possibly into the second season. But we're talking about this character named the Stranger, who Primetimer initially reported was the main antagonist, and I can confirm that they are. So throughout the pilot episode, the Stranger is attacking nuclear power plants across the country. They are creating, the Stranger is creating cracks in the basin of the cooling towers, which causes the power plants to overheat. Without Superman's interference, it's very likely these plants would melt down, but fortunately he's Superman, and he does what Superman does. But not only are they attacking these power plants, but they are also leaving a message for Superman that reads, quote, "I will not be erased, Kal-El." And what's really interesting about it is it's written in Kryptonian, and there's only two people on planet Earth, at least according to the United States military forces, that can read Kryptonian, and that's Clark Kent, Superman, and his cousin, Supergirl. So then the pilot kind of continues. Towards the end, Superman is called off to another nuclear power plant. However, this one is abandoned. The other ones were actually active, with lives being threatened. But this one is abandoned, and he confronts the Stranger in the nuclear power plant, who reveals to Superman that he's from a world that was destroyed during the Crisis on Infinite Earths event. However, he obviously survived the destruction of this world and has been searching for a new world to call home, and believes he's finally found it. After revealing his plan to make this world his new home, the Stranger reveals himself to Superman, so we get a first good look at what he is. He's described as massive. He's twice the size of Superman. He's wearing this dark body armor. He's got a long, bloody red cape and he's wearing some kind of sinister mask. So not only is the Stranger much larger than Superman, but he's also extremely fast and able to lead Superman on a merry chase. But not only does he lead him on this chase with Superman not able to catch up to him, he also blindside attacks him on multiple occasions, and Superman is not able to defend himself, and he takes the brunt of those blows. And so not only is he faster than Superman, he also knows Superman's weaknesses. It's why he was targeting nuclear facilities, because of their lead lining, which distorts Superman's X-ray vision. He also knows Superman is weak to kryptonite, and that Superman relies on the sun to power him. In fact, during one of their fights, the Stranger flies up so high in the atmosphere where the sun kind of isn't there. They're in the clouds and the sun's not there, and it kind of depowers Superman. But then at the end of the episode, we actually get to figure out the identity of this character, the Stranger, and that we find out that he's actually wearing a super suit, and he's using an artificial intelligence to modify it to make it faster, increase its flight capacity, as well as its tactile function. The pilot episode ends with this character giving the AI instructions to do all of this and make it faster, increase its flight capacity, etc., etc. And then the AI responds, revealing the Stranger's identity, referring to him as Captain Luthor. So that means that it's Lex Luthor is the main villain, and it most likely looks like it's going to be Jonathan Cryer's Lex Luthor. So That's who it looks like we're going to see in the pilot episode of Superman and Lois and in the first season. But what's really interesting about this as well is that there could actually be two Lex Luthors running around in the Superman and Lois series. Earlier in the episode, Clark Kent actually like references billionaire Lex Luthor early on in the episodes when him and Lois are kind of like talking about their finances. And like, so it's obviously there is a Lex Luthor, billionaire Lex Luthor, who's in this world too. And then it's unclear if this Captain Luthor is the same as that billionaire Lex Luthor, or if it's a different person. It's possible they could be the same person. But what's also interesting is the AI calls them Captain Luthor, which means they could be some kind of, that's a military rank. So maybe it's possible that this Captain Luthor is obviously connected somehow to the U.S. military potentially, and that's how he's gotten access to this artificial intelligence. So there's still a lot of questions that I have moving forward, but that's kind of what we know that's from the pilot episode, and we do know that it's Captain Luthor is the primary antagonist in the pilot episode for Superman and Lois. So there you have it. What do y'all think about Luthor being the main villain in Superman and Lois? Are you looking forward to this incarnation of Luthor and getting to see him deploy his super suit, although it's kind of quite different from what we've seen in the comics? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you could share with your friends and family, I'd greatly appreciate that. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics. Until next time.